Hi friends, welcome back to my crafty desk. Sandra here at Blossom and Inspire. I have been working on these little folios and I need to make tags. So what I did, believe it or not, is I'm in the works of making a prototype. So I have the tags. We'll get to those in a moment. But I was choosing papers. I thought I would go ahead and get everything cut down so I can start making tags for everything. Out of those two paper pads, and I couldn't decide what papers to use. I'm still going with the whole three papers and 3 folios per wonder. I don't know what I'm talking about. Anyways, before we get into that, I just want to say I hope everybody is doing well. Thank you for joining me today. If you do like the hanging out with me and enjoy the video content, please give it the video a thumbs up. I would super duper appreciate that. Now let's get into the papers I chose really quick, and then I will get them all chopped down and we'll come back and we'll take a look at the prototype one that I'm going to save. I'm making it really plain and boring so I don't use it. So I keep it forever as a reminder of something that I really enjoyed making. So the papers I chose for out of the one pad, I suppose I should give you the names of the pads. This one is the Pearl and Cardstock, the Paper Studio. This is Amanda. And it's got, I love these designs. I use a lot of this paper, I think, on the girlfriend journals. I use some of this pad. It says cardstock. It's kind of lightweight. Anyways, so this one, I chose these 3. I decided those look very pretty together. I think they're going to be nice. They all have a little bit of that bluish, greenish colors that are going intermingled with that. The second choice from that pad is this one. I just love these giant blossoms, so hopefully it all works out. So I picked giant blossoms, small blossoms, and then a more of a neutral, I guess, solid, just to kind of break up all the blossoms. And then out of the other paper pad, this is the Sun Bleach Floral. I really had a hard time with this one. Pastels. What does that mean? It means spring. It does to me anyways. I think of spring, so I must be really jonesing for it. So here, let me pull those out. So these are the 3 that I chose for this one. A big blossom, a small blossom, and then kind of, I guess they're both small blossoms, but I think big, medium, small. But I think those will play really nice together and be super pretty. The next set is, again, a large and a medium and a smaller. Well, I think these are both kind of the same size. This has got a mix of colors, but I like these together. Trying to make sure, because this is orange, I wanted to make sure that these both have some orange more prominently in here. That's Jason you hear walking through here. He is working like crazy. And then the other one, so I got 3. So each set, I'm going to make 3 folios, right? So I have 3, 6, 9, 12, 13, 14, 15, and then 16, 17, 18. I should have 18, well, 19 if you include the plain prototype one that I'm doing. So this is this set. So now this one's a little bit more not as colorful. So I hope that I think it'll look okay. We'll see. We shall see. Maybe when I'm cutting them up, I will switch one of these out. I was trying really hard to not use the same as I did in the other ones, but you know, I can. There's nobody here to stop me, really. So those are the papers that I've chosen. And I also wanted to show, just in case I didn't show the name on the last video, the brown ones that I did, you know, these ones. I still don't have the tags in them yet. This one is the Haberdashery, I think I'm saying that right. It's called Glitter Craft Glossy Foil. So they don't all have glitter, but it is craft. So it's glitter and craft. So they got a lot of the craft paper here. So I like it. Having fun with it. So my friends, I'm going to go ahead and cut just a couple of them up. Or just one. I'll just cut one of them up just as a refresher for how we're cutting them to get these super cute folios with all the pockets. Let me grab this one here. This is the one I'm starting with. So each sheet for my set of 3 will be cut the same. So I'm going to end up with 3 pieces to create my folio. So right now what I'm doing is I'm working at just cutting down all of them down to these pieces. So the first thing I'm going to do is take my 12 by 12. I'm going to put it in here at 7.5. Look at me mathing like I know what I'm doing. So there we go, 7.5. We'll put that one aside, turn this one, and then we're going to take it to 9 and 7.5. Now we'll have a 4.5 by 12, a 9 by 7.5, and a 3 by 7.5. And then those will make a folio. However, we're going to intermingle them. And if you like this way of doing it, then yeah, let me know. I like mixing them up. So 7.5 with this one. This is that set, the set of 3 that we're working on. And then I'll take this one down to 9. It's easier for me to do it when I know I'm doing a lot to get all my cutting done at one time. I generally will stay on task. I will be honest though. I will be 100% surprised if I don't cut one of them wrong. But that's okay. It's part of I just end up with some really cool scraps. So once I get my 3 for my set cut, I will take them over here and just lay them out and then mix them up. So, well, I'm not doing a very good job there. So sorry, my friends. Let me put those up there. I'm just separating them by their sizes. So these will be the cover because they'll be folded in half, right? So that'll be the cover. And I have 3 different covers here. And now I just want to mix these up. So I'll put that one with that one. I'll put that one with that one. And I'll put this one over here. Very nice. And then the same thing, I'll mix these up. So I only have one way to go. This one doesn't have that. This one does not have that. And this one does not have that. And then I will just set these aside. I'll probably put a paper clip on them. Let's do this really fast here. Really fast. This is going to probably be a couple of videos if you want to see all of them done. I mean, it's what I'm working on, right? It's what I'm working on. So, anyhow, we have those together. And then I will continue to do that with the rest of them. But for right now, I want to get my folio. I want to get my one that I'm going to save forever. I'm going to put this together. So hopefully we'll get to tags today. I already know from the last video that this one's going to get folded in half. And do I want to use something to help me fold it? Maybe. So I'm just going to fold this in half that way. After I make all of these, I mean, I'm thinking like, as I'm making them, I'm thinking, gosh, I'm thinking about all these cool things that I could do. So who knows? Who knows what will happen? I might make more. So, okay, I owe you, my friends, some stories. I have some stories. I guess I don't have a ton of stories from Nebraska, but I do have some. And I think we should start off with the beginning of my trip because it is so ridiculously funny. So funny. You're going to die. No, screen, don't die. Don't die. I wanted to die. So I am super nervous to fly. I'm a very nervous flyer. I don't think Jamie knew how bad of a nervous flyer I was until the day that she took me to the airport. But yeah, I'm super nervous. Jason knows how nervous I am. So we go to the airport the day that I'm leaving to head to Nebraska, which was what? When did I fly out? February 22nd at 5 something in the morning, 7 something in the morning. I had to be there by 5:30. I don't know. It was pretty early. Anyhow, so Jason gets me into the airport, and so that's going to set that aside. This one is the one we're going to fold, and I put extra notes on these. I'm going to fold this up 4.5. Oh, so I actually changed my notes a little bit. Let me put that back on here. So this is the one we cut 7.5 to 12, and then we're going to take it to 9 by 7.5, and then we're going to fold it in half to create the booklet. This one is going to be the offcut. This is the 4.5 by 12, so I'm going to fold with one side up, one side down. Fold it like to create a page, a hinged page pocket is what it is. It's a hinge page. I couldn't think of that word last time. And I like it to be between 5 1/4 and 5.5 long. So somewhere in that area will work for me. So what I did is I just took part of it and I started the fold here and just, I guess, anywhere. And then I just fold the other side up. So anyways, that is loud. So Jason takes me to the airport. He knows I'm nervous. Like, he's helping me. Like, I can't figure out how to get my ticket. I had checked in and all that stuff. I'm not TSA, pre-TSA though. That costs, I think, $75. It's worth it if you're doing a lot of traveling. I did some traveling, but I don't think I'm doing enough traveling that I need to pay for it. However, it is very convenient if you do. It does help the stress a little bit. So I want this to be about 5 1/4, at least between 5 1/4 and 5 1/2. So I'm going to go about there. I'm just going to follow this line there and see if that works. So I'm at the ticket thing though, and I'm using the app on my phone, so I can just go to like the kiosk and print my luggage tickets, and that's all good. Get my luggage tickets printed. I could not figure that out. Jason got my luggage tickets printed. He got my tickets like taped to my luggage. I'm just kind of like, just trying to breathe. Before you ask, I will tell you, yes, I do have anti-anxiety medication, and I refuse to take it until I know where my seat, where I'm gonna board a plane, because, and I have the very lowest dose, and I only take half. I need to, I'm so nervous that I have the wits that I have run around wild in my head, and the only way I can somewhat contain them is by making sure they're alert. And if I take that medication, I'm no longer alert. Did I do it the right way? Okay, so there we have that pocket. And then I'm going to go ahead and use this. I'm going to score it for those lines. I thought that was kind of easy. Oh, no. I said last time I was going to use a ruler and a pencil to make my lines. So we have a 2 1/2. Well, right here. So 2 1/2 right there. I can just put it on these lines there, because I don't really need a scored line. If that works for you, it's easier, then by all means, do it. You do what's easiest. Funnest, maybe sometimes funnest isn't the easiest, so I guess if that's the case, do it the hard way. Anyways, and then my little things over here. So I need to score it at 5 also. So, or score it. I'm just going to mark it. So these lines right here, if you didn't see the last video or you forgot what I did, I'm just putting them in here. This is where I'm going to drop my lines. These are going to become where the triple pockets are. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. We'll go on this line here. You know, it's not an exact science, but it does help when you're making your tags, if you're pre-making everything, to, you know, have an idea of the measurements here. Oh, got fuzzies everywhere. I have fuzzies everywhere, my friends. I've been like, there's everything everywhere in this house right now. We've shop vacuuming everything. It's crazy. But so forgive me if you see big fluff balls of not the funnest fluff. All right. Now this one, I'm going to go ahead and do my notches in it. So anyhow, okay, back to this story. So this is going to be a few videos of stories, because I don't think I can get all my stories in. I'm just kidding. I don't have that many, but it takes me a million years to get them out. So Jason gets me all through to the TSA. All right, so now I'm there. I walk away from I walk away from where we get the tickets, and then somebody goes, "Hey, you forgot something." And oh my gosh, I set my pillow that I put my iPad on, I cannot, it's like my safety blanket. I can't leave without it. It goes everywhere, because I actually have a lot of pain. I don't want to give it the word. I have very sensitive skin. I don't know why, but my skin's very sensitive, and I cannot rest anything on my thighs, like on my legs. So not even just holding my iPad, and plus it hurts my wrist to hold it. So I have this soft pillow, and I put like my little blankie down. I put the pillow thing on there, and then I watch my little shows. So yeah, I'm very needy. I have never ever denied that. I've always claimed it. So anyhow, also when I did 3 of them at one time, I lined them. I'm going to line them up like I did that last one, and I'll do the punches all together. So, I mean, if this was really scored, I could just like fold these in half. Let's just try that. Let's see. Will that work? Will it work? We don't know. Nobody knows. Nobody knows what I'm doing. Do you know what I'm doing? I'm just doing it as I go. I want to punch once if I can, but I don't think this is working out the way I thought it was going to. That's all right. We'll just do it like this. I see one notch. Ow, sorry about that. Anyhow, okay, so get my pillow. Now he gets me in the TSA line, and he is not and the TSA line in Spokane is incredibly long. It is horrible. It's going to be, I think I was in that line for at least an hour, probably longer. It was, Not fun. So, and Spokane's not a really big airport, but for whatever reason, that TSA line is huge. So, Jason, of course, is not going to wait. I don't expect him to stand there and wait. He can't go in the line with me. So he leaves, and I'm on my own now, but I'm good. I know what I'm doing. He's got me checked through the baggage thing. I got my luggage is going to the plane. I've got my carry-on and my pillow that I almost forgot. I have, I know I'm in line. I just have to get through the TSA line, go through the things. This time I did not dance my way through it because I was a little bit more, I was like, yeah, I got this. I know what I'm doing. I've been here. Just did this last month. So I'm pretty sure of myself here at this moment. And then I decided I wanted to glue this. So I'll just use this one right here. So I get through the TSA, and I also learned to take my my stuff off. The last time I learned to take it off in the order that I want my stuff to come out on that belt. So I put my shoes and my jacket. I put my like my shoes in first. Things as I'm going to take them out and put them on, and then get back and then board the plane. So I did that, got through there. I was like, woo, did it. And I have to go to the bathroom so bad. I'd already went. So when Jason and I first got to the airport, of course I had to go. I have to go. I'm like, I have to go to the bathroom. TMI, but I pee a lot. So I drink a lot of water though too. That's probably why. So I'm usually like on the hour, you know, so all day long, because I drink tons of water all day long too. But when I'm nervous, I have to go even more, which I don't know why, but I do. I mean, I guess that's normal. I think people say that. I've heard other people say that, like they get nervous, they have to go pee. So here I am. So we get there. Okay, I'm in the TSA line, got to the TSA line, and I'm like, okay, I have plenty of time because he knew I would need it. And so I was there plenty of time. So I thought, okay, I'm going to go find where I'm going to board, read the screens, make sure that everything's right. And I'm doing, and then once I do that, I will go to the bathroom, and then I will stop and grab something, a snack and something to drink. It's a 2.5 hour flight, and I haven't eaten anything for breakfast because I'm nervous, and so I'm not eating anything. Let's see, this one now needs to get on here. So, see, I punched that again, my friends. Again, I'm supposed to score this first so that I know what I'm doing, and I didn't do that right, but that's all right. It's okay. It's okay if that thing is wonky. I'm going to go ahead and do it this way. No, that does not make any sense. This way. Okay. And this is at the 1/2 inch. So I'm like, okay, found my plane, read the thing. I feel a little nervous. I'm pretty sure I was talking to myself out loud as I was like, okay, find your gate, go here. Like I had a friend with me that was telling me what to do. And by the time I realized I was doing that, it was too late. I've been doing it for a while now. So I just was like, whatever. Maybe people will just stay away from me. They'll think I'm just a little bit I'm just, more than just a little nutty. So it's fine. It's all is well. And then I'm like, okay, so now I have to go to the bathroom really bad though, because after I realized I was doing that, I got even more nervous, and I haven't taken my anti-anxiety pill yet, like half of it. I'm gonna take half of it, and I wanted to anyway, so I'm like, okay, go to the bathroom now, girl, you gotta go. I didn't say that out loud, but I might have mouthed it. Anyways, so I take off and I have a big heavy carry-on bag. It's not, it's big. It's got a lot of stuff in it. So, and it's not on rollers. So I have that over my shoulder. It's not too heavy. Like I can manage it. And I take off to the bathroom, and I see the bathroom. So I got to make a diagram here because you guys are probably already guessing what happened, but I need to show you. Like, this is just, gosh dang it. Come on, girl. I can get this. Okay. So here's the big, everybody's walking. This is the aisle, right? And then back over here is where the things are. So I have to go to the bathroom. So I left my seating area. I'm like, I'm going to come down here. And I see the bathroom, and it has like this wall thing here. And then there was how it curves in. I think it curves in, but this part curved in like with this wall, like right there and right there. Let me get rid of this big one right here. And then I see men's, right? And I'm like, I don't know where I seen it. I seen the word men's. So I was like, oh, okay. So obviously this side is the women's, right? Right? You with me? So I go in here. This is a solid wall right here. So I go in through this side. So I go in here, and when I come around here, I'm walking in there fast. I see there's a row of sinks. So here's the sinks. Okay. And there's a guy, a man standing here. You think that'd be my first clue? No. What I thought is, oh, how embarrassing, as I walk around and go this way. I'm like, oh, that guy doesn't know he's in the women's room. Oh, that's so embarrassing. I feel so bad for him. I'm thinking in my head. He's just watching me. He just kind of looked over at me and was like, where is she going? And I go, I went this way. And so as I come around, I think really quick, whoa, wait a minute. What if I'm in the men's room? But then I see all these stalls right here from my view, okay? My view right here as I'm walking. And I see these feet down here with cute little cut off, not cut off, but like jeans, and how they're like cut off at the ankle with the little fringy stuff coming down, and flip-flops and slender feet. I'm like, oh, those are totally women's feet because, I can tell. And then I keep going and I go around here, and then I'm like, oh no, oh no, oh no, urinal, 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 urinal. Oh my gosh. So I then retreat. I'm running. I'm like, I'm not really running. I'm walking super fast because I can't run because I have to pee so bad. So I come back out this way. I come out this way. That man is still standing there. We make eye contact. And I just look at him, and I was like, oops. That's what I think I said, that. Oops. And I come out as fast as I can. Okay. Now there's tons of people and groups out here. Okay. I come out. I'm like, oh my God, I went in the wrong way. So I run. And it's not run, but I'm walking really fast. I go back, I go in that way. And I'm going so fast that I come all the way around this wall, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm in the same place. So obviously one was entrance and one was exit, but I didn't know that. And there were no signs. Saying that. And I'm like, oh my gosh, there's the urinals again. What's happening? So I just keep going in the circle, and I make eye contact with that same guy. And I just look at him and say, in my super nervous laugh, I'm like, I can't find my way out of here. And then I take off. I come out of there. I stop. I'm like, look around. I'm thinking in my head, look around. Where are you and what's happening? Like, there's got to be a woman's restroom. Oh, yeah, it's over here on this side. I had to go over there. So these people are all just watching me. Oh, my gosh, my friends. That is the story you get today. I got to finish this really quick. That is how my trip started. And, yeah, and that's not how it ended, but that's how it started. My gosh, what happened next? I don't even know. Can't even remember. So anyhow, I got into the women's restroom, made it in there. I went to the bathroom, and then I just stayed in that restroom stall for a little bit longer than I needed to, because there was plenty of open ones when I got in there. So it wasn't like there was a line or anything like that. And I was so grateful because I literally just stayed in my stall for a moment. I was like, you need to get it together. And so I did. I got it together. And then I left, washed my hands, and walked out, just my head held high, just like I did on my cat suit day. Like, you know what? What's done is done. There are no takebacks. Just go find your seat and hope that you're not sitting next to that poor man on the plane, because I don't even know what plane he was taking, but he was probably keeping an eye on me too. I'm sure of it. All right. Now I have that cut off so I can make that my little hinge for my page. And, okay. So, sorry, my friends. I guess we're not going to get too far on making tags probably today, but, because I can't work and talk at the same time. Oh, no. Who's seen me do that? Everybody. Okay. So, just so you know, your hinge is supposed to go in here before you glue it. Okay. And that's fine. That I can still make that work. It goes like this. Okay. So I go and I sit down and I relax, and I'm thinking, okay, I have my water now. I gotta drink slow because I don't want to go to the restroom every hour. I need to get myself, get some stuff under control here. So I was able to do that, and I got on my flight. I think that's all that happened there. the lady, they can see that I mean, like, I think they know, like, they know who to look for. Like, okay, that person's going to need some assistance. So, as I was going to board the plane, like, she was already, like, ready. Like, yes, like, very gentle, like I was a little kid. I'm so happy. I'm so grateful because I felt like a little kid. And, but she was there. She was helping me get me on the plane. And then when I got on the plane, I heard the lady say that it was open seating. Well, and I said open seating because I had a seat. So Southwest, all the Southwest flights that I went on, all 4 of them to get there and back were all open seating. So I don't know if that's a thing all the time or what, but I really liked it. So what I learned is, I'm going to ink this right here really quick, is that if I get on my plane, doesn't matter what time now it doesn't matter what time I get on there unless I just want to make sure I have as many bathroom breaks as I can possibly need. I go to the back because everybody pretty much, people seem to, they tend to, I've noticed, not all of them, but a lot of people tend to fill the seats up first in the front. So, so they're all filling these up. So I go towards the back, I pass the wing a little bit, and I know there's all these things about safest places to be on the plane and all these things, but honestly, if that plane's going down, I don't need to be in the safest spot because I'm going to have a heart attack. There you go. So let somebody else, let somebody else have the safest spots. That's just the way I'm seeing it. Sorry, that sounds a little morbid, but whatever. Anyways, so I go and I thought, okay, I'm going to go closer to the back because I'm noticing that there are some people that go all the way back there, but not as many. So I sat, and I've noticed that most of the flights haven't been full. So there's plenty of seating, that all the rows don't have to be filled up. But the people that are sitting closest to the front, they're all filling up. So there's like 3 people. And I was like, why does everybody want to be squished, especially when they don't even know the people that they're squished with? So I took advantage of that, and I went to the back, and I sat. So the first flight, I sat all the way by the window, which left 2 spots open. And then I thought, oh man, I already have my bag stuffed and everything. And I thought, oh, that's kind of a mistake, Sandra, because that means I just left 2 seats open for 2 people to come and squish in with me. So, I didn't. Somebody came and they sat on the end. So we had a middle seat between us. So that was nice. And then, so we weren't like sitting on each other's laps, which happens. And I don't care how tiny you are, those seats, they're very close, and there's touching. Everybody's touching. We are all touching. So that's fine with me. I don't really have a bubble. So most other people do. And I just think like, if you have a bubble, then you probably shouldn't fly because you're going to touch somebody. Someone's going to touch you. All right. Let's get on with the show here. So now I'm in the seat, and that happens. So as I'm sitting there, I'm thinking, okay, I see what I did. Next time, I'm going to sit in the middle of the 3. I know this sounds really, really bad, right? I would totally move if I needed to, though. I seriously would. And if I seen somebody that was like as nervous as me, I would totally move. So please know that about me. I would do it. Maybe you believe me, maybe you don't, but I know I would. So I decided on the next flight, and I did this on the way home too, as I sat in the middle, and then just to make sure, because no one's going to want to like climb over you or sit right next to you, right? So I was like, okay, that's my first deterrent, just to get my seats to myself. I know, isn't that bad? And then, I mean, like if a clown came on there, I would totally move over to sit next to a clown, but there was no clowns. So I thought, I better have a backup deterrent because, be prepared. So my backup deterrent was, as I sat in my middle seat, I constantly had my body like sat front, like forward, and my head tipped up. And I was just looking past the line of people that were coming on board, looking past every single person, but not making any eye contact with any one person, as a way to make it look like I was looking for my person that's going to be sitting next to me, or my people. And it worked. So, in the back where I sat, there were plenty of people who had 1 person to a row and 2 people to a row, but there wasn't, unless that they were traveling together, there was no like 3 people in a seat. The only time that happened was on the way back from Nebraska, and the flight attendant was like, she was watching me do my little game. My little deterrence. And she said, she came over to me because the plane's filling up. And she goes, oh, are you waiting for someone to join you? And I said, and I got caught off guard and I lied. And I go, well, I don't know. My person might have sat someplace else. And I thought in my mind, like, that's not totally a lie because my person is Jason and he could have been sitting down somewhere else. Just not on that plane. I still feel bad about the lie, but I was committed. You know, I was in character. I had to stick with it. And anyhow, she goes, oh, I go, but no worries. I go, I can totally move over. I can totally share this with anybody. She goes, oh, you'll be sharing. She goes, this flight is full. This flight is fully full or whatever. And I was like, dang. So who did I share with? A very nice couple. So and when they came, by that time, I realized my only mistake that I made is when I sat in the middle, I shoved my bag in the middle under the seat, and I should have shoved it on the end if I didn't want to be trapped in the middle. I mean, down to the window, which I know a lot of people love the window, but if you have to go to the bathroom and stuff, you have to climb over people. That's a real big bummer, especially when you don't know them. Like, how do you do that? Do you put your front in front of them or you put your back in front of them? I mean, there's a lot of touching going on. It's just so awkward. I don't like it. But anyways, that's that. All right. Now, let me grab my little tickets or my tags that I made. So, let's see. This one, I put tags on them. So this one I did for the front. I did a 4 1/4 by 3 and 4 1/4 tall by 3 1/4 wide. Let's see if it fits. If I did this pretty good. I did. I like that. And I didn't want it to cover this whole thing, just in case I want to put something else behind here later, or if I want to just decorate this. But I wanted that to be able to show. Everything else that we're doing has pretty prints, you know. And then I did, ooh, this is fun. So let me start with this one. So then this tag in the back, I decided to go 8 tall because I can always make it shorter and then by 4 wide. I did one a little bit shorter and I was like, I just rather have it taller to start with. And then that goes in like that. But I also want to make sure that I didn't like extra glue this. Okay. I do, and I have my corners rounded on that go inside. And then this one, both of these, I just did that cut like that. But I wanted something different for the tags. See, isn't that going to be cute? And I wanted something different for the card that's going to go in here, the journal card. So let's start with let me grab some things. I used my punches. Let me close this up. I use my punches to do my tags, which is so crazy. That I've never done this before, and I'm sure I've received stuff from friends who have done this. I just haven't. I guess I just don't pay enough attention to know what the heck is happening. I'm gonna put that there. Keep my little stickers. So here are my tags. And I made them all 3.5 inches tall by 2 inches wide. They're so cute. Aren't they cute? Let me see. Let me turn this over so we can see them. Cute. Do you like those? Do you like those? I like them. And you want to know how I did that? I bet you already know. If you've done this before, maybe even if you have never done this before. But I have a little stash here. I have all these corner punches. And I thought, I never use them. I wonder if I can create some cute little tags with my corner punches. Why not? And so these are the ones that I have in my stash. And I was doing some practicing with the different punches and how they show up. Let me see. All that silver shiny stuff right there. So I wanted them all to be blue because I want this just to be all blue and pink so I can see it. And then, a couple things what I learned about this. So this one, these are the first practice ones I did. And the roses are kind of offset and then these ones are not. And what I found out, what happened was I don't have any other scraps here. I took my paper and the way let me see, roses, where are you? This is the rose one right here. So what I did is I took it, whoops, and I stuck it in there, you know, scrooched it all the way in, and then I punched it, and then I just turned it this way, and then I punched it. Well, that gave me the offset one. And I thought, okay, so how do I make it if I want it to be full on? And plus it has these little tiny holes right there. And I thought, I just wanted to know how to do that. So what I did is I went one way, whatever way I did first, punch it down. And then I have to flip this upside down and do the same thing. Does that make sense? You probably already know that, but if there's one person out there that doesn't know that, now you do. And that's how you get them together. And don't know what's happening. Does that thing always move? There's like a dot. And I don't know how I got it up there this time. I don't think I'm doing it. Am I doing it? Anyhow, so that's how I got the roses. This one right here is this star right here. And if you can cut well, I'm not able to cut very well. You can cut like this piece off and this piece off, and you can have this really cool. I tried. I'm not very good at it, and my it got wonky. I don't really like it, so I won't do that again. I'll just keep it as is. But what I did is after I punched it, I took my this guy right here, and I used that to clip the edges with it. That one is also wonky. So that one I just did the small, I think the small one clipped on that side. And then this one was this punch, and it just punches down in there. So I went ahead and clipped those. Isn't that so cute? Have you already done this? Who's done that already? Who uses their punches like this? So I have some more, and the reason and how I found out you have to flip it around is you can see how this one, I don't know if you can see it, but the this piece comes down more and this piece goes up more, and that's what happens if you don't flip it so that it's you're not doing it the opposite. You have to do it the opposite to get that. This one I did it on the opposite, and you can see how much they mimic each other. And then, like I said, I just took my little thing here, and I just clipped off the edges like that. Ooh, that went down my top. And that's going to poke me later. That's going to hurt. Anyways, so that's how I did those. Let me get these pink ones off to the side here. They'll probably just end up in some kind of scrap basket at some point. Throw those in there. So that's how I made my little tickets, or tech tickets, my little tags in here. Thought these were so cute. Nope, they don't go in there. Sandra, they go over here. So let's see if they fit. The other thing I do is after this is glued down, hopefully it should be stuck, I take my ruler, which I like this one. It's got a little bit of, something that has a little bit of, I don't know, little girth to it, I guess. Just, I got to make sure that I don't like it when I want my tickets to go in there, or my tags. I don't want them to fall out, but I don't want them to be held captive in there. I have a hard time pulling things out. So it gets a little tight, and then it's just not that fun. There has to be, I want it to be tight enough that it just fits right, but not so tight that I'm like going to rip things up. Do you know what I mean? So there we go. Like that. Let's see if that works. I want to put the florals in the middle. See, like that goes in nice now. I like that. Nice and smooth, just like it should be. And hopefully they don't fall out. See? And I don't want them to fall out. And now, can I take them out easy? Yes. In. Smooth move. Loving it. And then I'll just put that one in there. So when that one closes, you can see these on the ends, which is fine. So if you don't want to, you just make this bigger, I suppose. But now for this card, what I did on this one is another fun little thing, which you may have already done. But I don't know why. I'm just now figuring things like this out. Let me grab a piece of scrap here. I think this will work. So what I did is I took this one, which is a tab. You can take, you can use any of your punches. However, you can look at the designs to see how they're going to work for you, right? So I took this one and I stuck it in, and because I wanted two pieces, and to be on that tab, just in case I put an eyelet in there. I just want it to be a little bit more sturdy. So I punched this out like that. And now I have this little guy, and I honestly cannot cut a straight line, so I'm going to use my cutter. And all I did is I just dropped this in here. I can't see, and I just cut it in half. So you can see where the lines, where they line up right there, the 1/4 inch line before both of those number ones on my cutter. And lay that down, hold it, cut it, And then because I'm not sure where I want this, but I don't want to lose these two pieces, what I did is I just glued the top right to there. And got those together. So I want them to match. Like that. There we go. There, I think. There we go. Come on. There we go. Be nice. And then I have this cute little tab here. And then once that dries, I have this little opening right here. And I can just stick it on wherever I want it to land. I can put glue on it first. I can staple it. I can put washi tape on it. There's all kinds of things I can do, but I have this little tab here that I can put on my journal card. I probably should attach it somehow. I might use washi tape. And then that will fit in here. And I think I cut this one down. So 5 1/4-ish by 3 3/4-ish. So 5 wide, 5 1/4-ish wide. And I say that because it really depends on how big your pocket is. So hopefully this one fits in here. I'm sticking to my own little guidelines I gave myself. And then once that's in there, I can decide where I want that. And I can have that for a tab if I want it. Or if I don't want a tab. But I think about like that. About like that. All right, friends. I got to check on the time and see where we're at. I'll be right back. All right, it looks like we have a little bit more time left. So I think what I'm going to do is just continue to cut these papers and just chat with my friends. And then the next video, we'll choose some papers. I might already have chosen them, but we'll make some tags because I want to decorate these too. I don't want to just add the tags. I want to do some decorations on, you know, a couple of them, at least one of each. I don't know. But anyhow, here's the first 3. Let's set those aside. This is the prototype. Got that done. And now it's just a matter of getting all of these things cut down. And I'll probably, well, I will absolutely put them together in my spare time because I have lots of that. I'm just kidding. I don't. Put those up there and that up there. Anyways, so those were my adventures from the first fly. I keep thinking there was something else that happened on the second fly or the second stop. I need my notes. I already forgot what I'm doing. Because I remember thinking that wasn't all that happened. Something else happened, but I can't think of what it is right now. I did forget, though, my flight changed. So everything changed before I even left. So when all that changed, I forgot to tell Denise and Jamie both that when I get to Nebraska, that I will be arriving at a different time. So I was supposed to arrive at 9 something in the morning, and that changed to almost 1:30 in the afternoon. So good thing that they both had messaged me, because yeah, that would not have been nice. And it's not like right next door for Denise. I mean, like, she's close, but she's not that close. So that would have been not good. So anyways, that happened. And then I think that's about all I can remember. I know there was something else that happened on that flight. Cannot remember what it is. But, oh well, I did make it safely. Thank goodness. I got on that first fly after all that, and I got in my seat, and I was like, I'm down the hatch. That half of that anxiety pill went, and then the second flight, I took the other half. And I download like all my own movies and stuff before I go, shows that I like to watch, YouTube videos. I have them all downloaded, and I knew my flights were going to be long, and my layover was going to be really long. So I made sure that I had plenty of things to watch. Sometimes I think that I'm in the mood to watch something, and then I decide I don't. I want something different. So I wanted to make sure I had extras. Is anybody else as wild as I am, like with all that stuff? Am I a lonesome wolf or dove? I don't want to be a wolf. Not today. I'm too tired. I'll be a dove. Anyways, yeah. Also, has anybody else had a crazy flight experience that they are funny that they want to share? Just kidding. That'd be a lot of typing, wouldn't it? I can't believe I did that. And the thing is that is not the first time I have managed my way into the men's room at an airport. So I'm just nervous. The first time I ever went into the men's room, Jason and I were both flying back. I think is when years ago, we went to Hawaii, and I think that's when I did it. And I had to go to the bathroom so bad, of course, because I won't go on the plane. That's why I'm like, oh my God, I hope I make it. And so I get into the airport and I'm zooming. And this time, my friends, I had my little carry-on bag with on the wheels and my bag across my thing. So I was fully loaded. Whoops, I'm almost doing that wrong. I'm fully loaded, going in, racing. And I think this time I was actually in a little bit of a run. I was quite a bit younger, so you know, running was okay. I could do that. And I ran into the bathroom, and I am literally halfway down this long corridor of the bathroom because I can't stop running, even though I'm seeing what's happening. This bathroom was it was full. Like there's like men all lined down the wall on the urinals, a lot of them. And as I'm running down the thing, you see their heads turn, and they all like turn. And I'm thinking in my head, oh my gosh, I'm in the wrong room. And then I'm thinking, why aren't they paying attention to what they're doing? They're gonna make a mess. Oh, that comes from years of raising boys, I think. I don't know. But anyways, it was like, how could this happen to me again? I just don't even know. Apparently I want to use the men's room really, really bad. Anyhow, that is about all the stories I have time for today, because I'm a lengthy storyteller. But I do have more fun stories to share with you. And I had so much fun in Nebraska, and I cannot even express the gratitude that I have for Denise. Like, thank you, Denise. I will treasure that time forever, and it was definitely not long enough. It really wasn't. I wish I had more than just those few days, and they weren't even full days. Like, I was so like, oh, I wish it could have been full days, but it's just, you know, just there was stuff going on, and it just, that's the way it worked out. And I'm very grateful. I know Jamie's very grateful. I know Denise is very grateful. It was so much fun. Like I told Denise, when I got out of the car, when I first seen her, the very first time that we seen her, she actually came to us. And it was like, I mean, it was like seeing my long lost friend. I hadn't seen in forever. I'd never felt, it just never felt awkward. It never felt awkward. And I love that. I love that. I love you, Denise. I just think that was so fun. And, gosh, I just hope it's not the last time I get to meet somebody or go someplace and do something. I know it won't be, but I just, like, when will it happen? I don't know. So, I was looking online. I'm like, there's so many different places, like craft retreats, like houses and things like that you can go to. They're all over the place. And I thought maybe that would be something that we could all join in on. But I don't really know. Like, I don't know what anybody would want to do. And it is expensive. Like, you have to fly there. And then, so that's an expense. And then, like, all the houses, they were like, I don't know, however much money per person I think it was for the trip. So, like, the way I read it was like, for 3 days, it was this much money. For 4 days, it was this much money. You rent it for whatever, and then decide. And then all the rooms are like, the majority of the places I've seen had 3 guests to a room, all with their own beds, though. Nobody had to share beds. But you had to share the bedroom, the space. So I don't know who would be comfortable with doing that, because I mean, I'm semi-comfortable. I mean, like, I'm comfortable. I'm nervous, and then I'm okay. It's just, you gotta know, like, my body's musical. Okay, we'll just put it like that. It's musical. And, you know, when you're sleeping, you can't control it. When you're awake, you can kind of control it, but, you know, but not when you're sleeping. And I also snore. I snore. So I guess every once in a while I do a full-on snore, but mostly my snore is I don't know. It's like a hum. I hum. It's weird. It's weird. So far, everybody that's slept with me or in the same room with me told me my hum was actually nice. They liked it. It was kind of lulled them asleep. So you're welcome for that. The only person that ever said anything weird, that it was really weird, was my grandson, Max. He was like, I couldn't sleep in that room anymore. He slept on his bed, and Jason and I had the air mattress, and next in his room. And then he's so sweet. I mean, gosh, how old was he when this happened? He must have been like at least 16. He's like, yeah, you guys can sleep in my room. And I'm like, oh, yay. So I'm like chatting with him before I fall asleep. He's laying in his bed on his phone, and I'm just like laying on the air mattress and just chatting. I just love my grandkids so much. And anyways, he told me, he's like, I couldn't stay in there anymore with you, Bella. Your snore is weird. He goes, it was actually kind of creepy. And I go, what? Like, what did I do this time? And he goes, well, I go, I thought I just like do a hum. He goes, well, you do, but it's the way you do it and the way you breathe. He goes, it's like there's two people inside of you breathing at the same time, because there's the hum, but there's also the breath. He goes, I don't know how to explain it. And when he said that, Jason was like, that's it. That's exactly what he goes. That was good, Max. He goes, I'm trying to figure out, this is going to be the fold up pocket. Maybe put that one there, that one there, and then this one on here, I guess, like that. Yeah. Okay. And, so I guess maybe, and I'm like, well, maybe there are two people in there. He goes, yeah, you're never sleeping in my room again. He goes, well, at least not with me in there. He goes, you can have my room. He goes, I'll go sleep on the couch. Poor kid. These are going to be so pretty. I can't wait to dress them up, and I can't wait to do what I want to do with these. I have got a couple of ideas, and I'm super excited. Oh, before I tune out here with you, my friends, I did want to say, if you have any questions, well, not any questions. I guess if you have any questions about the giveaway, please comment on the giveaway video if you have questions. But you will know that you are entered by, I will respond to your comment on the giveaway, on the video that we talked about the giveaway on. I will comment on your comment. I'll respond to your comment with, whoop, you're entered, or something like that. You'll see it. Everything to enter the giveaway is in that description box on that video. And yeah, just go look for that if you haven't seen it yet. I think most all my friends here who participate in that, I think will have seen it. So if you haven't, just scroll back on a couple of videos and you'll find it. And yeah, and good luck. I'm going to be doing 2 giveaways. I'm doing 2 people. So 2 people. Yeah, we're going to pull 2 winners. Winner, chicken dinner. Yes. Because I can. I'm celebrating the 2 years also. So I wanted to do 1 for each year. And I do have a little something in there from Lou. She has sent so many wonderful, beautiful things. Thank you so much, Lou. Oh my gosh. You, my friend, I literally cried after that video. You're so sweet. Anyways, she has sent me 2 boxes recently, 2 really nice size boxes. Anyways, yes, giveaway. So on the giveaway, if you want to enter, you can comment. If you don't want to enter, don't do the entry. But just remember that it is by the email entry, and it's really important that you watch or read the description box if you have any questions about where that email entry goes, because it looks like I'm getting email entries in an email that I don't use. So if I don't see it, if it doesn't come to the email that I ask you to send it to, then, I mean, honestly, you won't be entered because I won't know. And I really just don't want to go searching 5, 6, 7 different places. I just don't. It's too much work. I'm so sorry. I apologize if that offends anybody, but yeah, just everything's in the description box. If you have any questions, just ask me on that video, and that'll be good. And then also, there's still time to get your ATC in if you're wanting to do the spring ATC 2025 Four Seasons ATC exchange. And I did receive 2 more entries. I received Joanne and Barb. So we have more added into our little ATC exchange. Pretty excited about that. And oh gosh, and I think that's it, my friends. So I've got these all put together with their little groupings. And I think now all I need to do, I'm not going to put this one together yet because I'm not sold on my pattern colors. And if I don't like them, I can use them for the tags. But let's just see really quick how this is going to play out. I mean, it's okay for one to be kind of plain, right? This would go with that. That'd be the only floral thing on there. That's what I'm not sure I'm going to like. That goes there and that goes there. Yeah. I need to find a different paper. You know what? I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to go with it. I'm going to go with the flow. Just go with it. I already cut them. Whoa, look at me being all kinds of challenging myself. All right, so that's it, my friends. I hope you enjoyed this video. And I hope that you give it a thumbs up. I know I was kind of a little bit all over the place with things, and I thought we were going to make tags, but that didn't happen. However, I do have all these templates now, or whatever they are, ready to cut and glue and put together. And I'm going to work on getting some papers chosen for the tags that we're going to make together. I'll probably make a lot of them on my own, and then we'll do some of them together, and then we'll do some decorating together as well. So 1 to 2 more videos of this folio, because instead of making 3, I'm making 16. 16 or more. 17? I don't even know. I hope you enjoy all your moments. I will see you on the next video. Bye.